YouTube channel nearly 1 year, and today we have some very nice realistic RTR ready to run RC model. It is the Toyota Landcruiser FMS 40 series, and sure, it is not like a Tamiya. They are much more like a toy, such as this 4-wheel independent suspension pickup, but it is a super showy base and it is a big foot. Another one, also a Tamiya, but really not in scale. This one, the body looks quite nice, but the chassis is totally wrong. And another one, everything wrong, even the wheelbase. The 1:1 scale is one of my collection. This is a untouched, very low mile, zero owner Landcruiser, original in Hong Kong. And this is all original nearly. I just changing the wheel because original steel wheel, 2-piece steel wheel, no safety, because we need to use a tubeless tie when high speed use on the road. If a front wheel damaged, tube tie will be very dangerous. So I'm changing the wheel for safety reason. All others are really original. Original Toyota Landcruiser in 60s, 40 series. They got long wheelbase, short wheelbase. Long wheelbase is 45. This is a short wheelbase, but they're nearly all the same, including the seat and the driving cab. It produced until 84. The only difference is the handbrake. The early one, like my one, the handbrake is here. The later one, just like a normal one, handbrake is here. And this is a normal gear. This is a 4-wheel drive. And this is a PTO, power take-off front winch. And sure, I put the air condition and I put the ARB air locker. So it is good for off-road. And the steering wheel, early one, and the Toyota logo not the same. And you can see in my car how many mileage, all original. And the leaf spring suspension for sure, not a coil spring. Can you see leaf spring suspension? Leaf spring. What means leaf spring? Just like a truck. Leaf spring suspension. The early one, it got round type, round the headlamp. And the later one, 79, it got square one. And the indicator light on the top of the fender. The leaf spring suspension. Shackle. The RC model, nobody liked to do the realistic RC model because originally use the leaf spring. It is quite complicated. The only model you can find they do the leaf spring is the Tamiya Hilux at the 80s, and also the container tractor. And you can see the leaf spring. You need to build in scale. If not in scale, it will be very hard. And this is why nobody liked to do the realistic RC model. FMS got the new Toyota Landcruiser RTR ready to run model. It is almost like a real. You can see this is the Curso, small scale. This is the FMS ready to run chassis, 45 series. And these are the Tamiya It's much like a toy, more than a model. Independent suspension, Bigfoot, super short wheelbase, even shorter than original 40. And this is also Tamiya. The chassis is the same as the Unimo Tamiya made. Coil spring, not the leaf spring. And at the end one, it is my son built for me. 6-wheel drive, 6-wheel steering, DIY. The chassis, body, all from different company. But all I use coil spring. After open the box, you can see a model, display model type Toyota Landcruiser 40 series. It is so nice, and you can see underneath the chassis leaf spring suspension, almost real, and working very well. All the door can open like the real. Engine hood can open. Leather chassis. After take out the driving cap, what you can see, a long wheelbase chassis. Motor inside the engine, and the gearbox, transfer case, and the front and rear differential. The rear shackle, front leaf spring, shackle. You can see how soft the leaf spring, not like early Tamiya, very soft and a long travel. About the driving cap, the battery put here, all the door can open, like the real car. Even the canopy, this one can take off, and the window can falling down, like the real. The inside so nice, and the steering wheel can moving when servo moving. Yes. Just like all other FMS 12 scale, the battery just put here. And the radio control, you just need to put 4 AAA battery and then switch on. It is a 24, so automatically adjust. The switch is here. The small switch is here. After you put the battery on, everything is working now. Like the normal, changing gear here, high gear, low gear. Let me try the headlamp, low beam. Now maybe it's too bright, so let me switch off. Low beam, high beam, indicator. Just like a real car. When you turn, the signal light will automatically on. Front and rear are the same. How amazing. This is an amazing truck, and got a lot of power. I use high speed down the 40-degree slope, and I try to use the high gear up the 40 degree, maybe okay. I think, because the car got a lot of torque. Yes, no any trouble. I use high speed, remember, not low speed. I use little force. You can see what happened. Long wheelbase. So it got a little bit trouble, touched the transfer case like the real car. But remember, even high speed, still so powerful. Try again. Do you believe? Do you believe your eyes? When I use the low speed, it will be a lot of torque. This is the low speed. No need any brake going down. Very slow. So this vehicle can be towing. So simple. I use low gear, very noisy, right? Maximum speed. You can see the chassis. How beautiful. You cannot imagine how beautiful the leaf spring suspension working. This is too tight. You can see it's nearly half of the 40 series wheel, and I climb up slowly, slowly, slowly. You can see the suspension, how nice working. Both front and rear suspension working like the real. In the past nearly 50 years, half century, I nearly got all the Toyota Landcruiser 40 series model, display or radio control. And this one must one of the best in the world, in the market, and at an affordable price. So this is why you don't buy it. After you buy it, you will be very happy, because the price, the quality, and it can be displayed when you don't play. In front of me is a very nice Japan Kyoto made die-cast display model. It is 18 scale and looks quite nice. The only problem is the front axle are not strong enough, so the angle you can see the wheel with a free travel, and the suspension, not the real. The leaf spring is not the leaf spring. It is just for looking, plastic. And inside the leaf spring, on the top of the axle, they got a coil. So suspension moving is by coil, and leaf spring very easy touch the ground. You can see the leaf spring to the ground is not in scale, right? When suspension moving, it will touch the ground. But you can see our one, it is almost real. The leaf spring working. Can you see? Rear door can open like the real. If these two models are very similar price, we give you all the RC system, running gear, and the price are very close, because this is bigger, right? This is smaller. And why don't choose realistic RC model that also can for decoration and for playing? I believe this vehicle can climbing up more than 50 degrees without any problem because long wheelbase. Sunday, I will try to test, and we will have accessories immediately because somebody will tell you this wheel, this tire is from Willys MB. Yes, because to build a realistic RC model are very expensive, and we will have option immediately. Original steel wheel for Landcruiser and a little bit bigger tire for off-road performance. And somebody will tell you this car not in true scale. Yes, a little bit, because we use some parts that we have from the Willys. You can see the wheelbase. This wheelbase is something like a 21 cm, and so it is something like a 14 scale. The true scale maybe like a 14, but anyway, it doesn't matter, because if you remember, long time ago, Tamiya, they doing the Hilux truck. They also have an American Chevrolet body. The Chevrolet is bigger than Hilux a lot, because the Chevrolet, it is what we call, it is a full-size truck, and the Hilux is just a mini-size truck, Japanese truck. So remember, this is a RC model, and then not possible to do everything in 100% same. If not, the price will be up a lot. Remember, our quality already no one at the market like to do, because it is really spent too much money to build this. I hope everybody can enjoy RC, and if you like it perfect, you can buy our accessories. Thank you for watching.